What is going on, guys? It's your boy here again, Dean, and it's time for me to be angry. My favorite thing to do. I love the drama. Because, honestly, I think that a lot of people, they like to pussyfoot around when companies are doing terrible things. And I just love to talk about it because it's bullshit. It's bullshit when companies, you let them walk all over you. Never let a company walk all over you. So today we're going to talk about SVO and their handling of the preliminary kickoff tournament things, whatever that happened today. Gonna give you guys the facts and talk about what they did wrong, and then also give you guys a couple alternatives and show you guys the road to worlds that still remain, because yeah, so far our first term was fucking terrible. It's simple as. So for those of you who don't know, guess what, preliminary number 2 moved to a different date. Hope you didn't have plans. Hope you didn't take off work. Hope you don't have, like, life at all. And if you didn't know, preliminary number 2, if you were in the West, that was, like, the tournament. Because preliminary number 1 filled up in under 10 hours. I don't know how quickly it filled up. I saw it, like, 12 hours after the signups went live. Not even 12. It was, like, 10 hours after the signups went live because I was at work at 8 a.m. Preliminary 1 already filled up. I saw the message that they went live at 11 p.m., so about 9 to 10 hours after it went live. Preliminary 1 full. Preliminary 2, 900 players out of 1,024. Shit was filled up too fast. Way too slow of a player cap. Way too small of a player cap. There we go. Spoke wrong. And yeah, preliminary number 2 starts at 2 a.m. That's the thing, right? Preliminary number 1, 1 p.m. Preliminary number 2, 2 a.m. Me as a competitive card game player, you know, that loves to just compete, I was prepared to take Saturday and just sleep throughout the entire day, wake up at midnight. I was prepared to stay up until 8 a.m. and sleep from 8 a.m. It's like Friday into Saturday, stay up about 25 hours, go to sleep, wake up around 8 a.m. is like a little early, isn't it? You probably do like 10. Do like 10 to 5. This probably sounds about right, is what you'd shoot for. Like 10 to 5 or 10 to 6 as far as your sleep. So that way you can be awake and alert during the preliminary number 2. That's what my plan was. I missed deck reg because I didn't realize the deck reg was like 40 hours before. Thankfully, I didn't subject myself to actual torture to see that this announcement was made. I'm very actually happy about that. Feel very grateful that I missed the deadline because I didn't want to be a part of this tournament with all of this. So for those who don't know, let's look at the little rundown of and see the timeline so you guys can see this. So we see here, check-in was supposed to start at 11:45 a.m. This is all Eastern Standard Time, so different time zone for you, but this is going to give you like the general, like, how fucked up this was, right? So we're going to have 30 minutes for check-in and then 45-minute prep time. So basically from the time you sit down, about an hour and 15 minutes later, round 1 would begin, because we see here round 1 would begin at 1 p.m. Okay, simple enough. Next up, a lot of playtime. This is in the rule book. Hit you with the rules. Also hit you with the flashbang. Players will have 5 minutes to check in and begin their match upon receiving their opponents. So basically, each round will have approximately 30 minutes for best of 1. It was a 10-round tournament, which means about 7 hours with 30 minutes per round, but add an extra 10. It's about 5 hours, but then add an extra 10 minutes per round, adds about an extra 2 hours roughly. So you're looking at about a 7-hour tournament is what they promised, if you include like a little bit of buffer time for in between rounds. 7 hours, 1 to 8. Okay, we can do that. It's like going to a tournament in person. Sadly, that's not what we got. We see here 1:48 p.m. We are finalizing the bracket. ETA is 20 minutes, so we're already an hour behind schedule. Happens, I guess. I've been to tournaments where that's happened. 2:48, an hour with silence. Starting to add waitlist people again from the original CSV. There were some issues, I believe. And then waitlist players have been added, just adding the original main checked-in players, and 320 matches will begin shortly in 5 minutes. So we see an hour and a half late on the starting the tournament. Hour and a half. 2.5 hours. That's kind of unacceptable. It's very unacceptable, actually. Especially for a long term. But, you know, after that 7 hours, it'd be done at 9, 10. Still normal. Right? No. Because, here we go. 3:20 is when the tournament begins, and 4:30 is when round 2 begins. Unless you're in Pool 1, in which case it's 4:51. 5 p.m. is when round 2 would begin. 2 hours, almost. An hour and a half, actually, for a round. It's supposed to be 30 minutes, and the other one was 70, 80 minutes. So regardless of what you're looking at a long-ass round. Look at that. Pool 2, round 3, so 6:01, and we see 4:34. Hour and a half again. So I guess every round was just consistently like an hour and a half instead of 30 minutes. Best of one, already a shitty format where you're just praying to God that you can draw well and that your opponent doesn't sack the shit out of you. It's like the least skillful format possible. 2 decks, so you just have to hope that your opponent doesn't counterpick you with their one deck that has a almost unbeatable matchup for you. Just saying. Really shitty format. Suddenly we've got the same length of an actual good format. Actually longer. Good format's the shorter length. And then let's see what they did. Because companies, they're gonna sell you some fluff. They're gonna say, well, we're sorry. They're not sorry. Nothing they can do, really, right? Because at the end of the day, preliminary number 2 has now been rescheduled, which means that if you were signed up for it and you planned around it, that you're just get fucked. It's your entire chance might be gone at this point. If you can still make it, that's cool. But at the end of the day, this is like really unfortunate for people who've like planned around this weekend, right? And for the people who showed up today, oh my god, dude, that is their entire day gone. The family, who knows? Some people got dropped. Crazy things happened. Okay, we'll talk about some of the crazy stories I heard from people who were in the tournament. So basically they said we switched to Start GG because they used to be on Challenge because they wanted to improve tournament operations because of something with Discord like integration. I don't know. Some snake oil salesman, tech sale. Dude, I work IT. Everyone in tech is a snake oil salesman. That's all I'm going to say. If they're telling you something works, you better get a fucking demo and you better try it out. I have no idea why we didn't try out this system. If they're telling us that there's all of these issues, oh, wow, nothing was running right. Why was there no test done with this platform? That's my question. And when I Google review, the only thing I saw was negative reviews for this platform. So maybe like a 10-second Google would help when trying to figure out, like, hey, do we use this platform, Start GG? And then we're going to talk about some of their issues. So first up, during the transfer of waitlist players to the main bracket, there was an error where players who had registered and checked in were removed from the bracket. So basically, you showed up, you checked in on time, they just kicked you off. They kicked you out, get fucked. And they're claiming it was due to the Start GG like lag, and then it took them forever to add people back. I don't know what's going on, dude. I don't know what's going on. There was confusion over brackets that were revealed to the waitlist players that seemed to indicate they were added to the tournament. There was an error on our admin team's part. So this is the thing that I heard, which is that people... I heard that people on the waitlist were showing up and that there were 2 players, like, as their opponents. So there were, like, 3 people per table is the good way to, like, explain it. And so then they did some crazy repair thing, which might be what they're trying to explain. I'm not sure. This is just what I've heard from people, right? And then I heard that round 1 of the tournament, there was a ton of no-shows because what they did is they kicked off all the waitlist players and then they brought in all of the other players and they only kicked out a couple. But like a lot of the people who had dropped were still just added in for the sake of it was too hard to change it. That's what I heard. And that because that round 1 was filled with no-shows. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. Change in round 1 matches for Pool 1. Our admin team incorrectly set the visibility to something where, like, suppose there's a toggle what people can see. Incorrectly set. And then somehow they couldn't fix that. I don't understand. Players not being DQ'd and unable to report match results. Many matches are not updating from user submission. So basically, Start GG doesn't fucking work, is what I'm hearing. everything sounds like Start GG doesn't work, and there was no trial run, there was no like questioning, there was nothing. We just have Start GG as our platform, and it sucks. That's what all of these posts are saying. Players not being dropped from the tournament. Status of players who no-showed or dropped was not reflected in round 2 of Swiss. So, I already heard that round 1, a lot of people didn't show up. Now, round 2, even same number of people don't show up. These drops were delayed due to the overall stability issues found with the on-site something garbage. I don't know. This is some garbage. Read between the lines. Incorrect scores. Some players report incorrect scores. This is what happens every tournament. People say, I won. They didn't win. Opponent goes, what the fuck, dude? Simple as. Easy fix. Adding players from the waitlist in the incorrect order. Why is that manual? It's my question. Why is that manual? Like, error by the admin team. There's no way that was actually added. Manual. So yeah, that's the things that went wrong. I think that a lot of this goes down to why do we use Start GG over Challenge? And why the fuck do we have a player cap in an online tournament? Pokemon gets to crank out 2,000 man events. There wasn't a single issue that was tied to the number of players in the tournament. The rounds taking forever shouldn't be tied. You add 2 more players to your locals. The rounds don't take longer. There's still a 30-minute timer around. Why were the rounds taking 90 minutes? More players doesn't change anything. Get an extra round. An extra round would have still ended 4 hours early. Because I heard this tournament ended at 1 a.m. by the way. So this tournament went, yeah, like 5 hours over what it's supposed to. But I know there's people like me. We want to get to Worlds. We want that $700,000 US, and we think that maybe we can do it. I know I'm a good player, and I fully expect to get. I fully expect that I should be able to maybe top 8 one of these things. But Worlds, you know, that's a big dream. Even I'm not that cocky. But if you are, let's look at this. We have these websites. I'm gonna have the links down in the description, so you can sign up for them and follow them. First up, we have the Shadowverse the Shadowverse Open. We have the Shadowverse Open website. Sorry, I always think it's Shadowverse Online, but it's SVO. It's Shadowverse Open. And we see that today was those kickoffs, July 26th. But we also see 4 qualifiers, the grand finals, which you have to win a qualifier or the kickoff in order to get into. And then there's an LCQ, last chance to get to Worlds, all the way in November. And if we click on one of these, it will pull up. Well, they're all on the same website. I don't know why they're different buttons, but they are. We get a little bit more information, and we see August 11th, which is in a couple days. No, 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, registration is open for this, and then a week later, 5 days later, is going to be the actual tournament. And, of course, same pricing as the thing that we just had to kick off. But if you're like me, and you're like, damn, I don't know if I trust SVO to run a tournament, right? Don't know if I trust them. There's another way to get in, and that's this Shadowverse Online Championship. These are the only 2 ways as a Westerner for you to get in, by the way. If you're in Europe or North America, these are your ways, or South America even. We have South American people that like this game. This is your road. This is your road. Is it either SVO with their really good systems and really good tournaments? For some reason, they have a player cap that makes no absolute sense. And Shadowverse Online Championships, which, by the way, has a sign-up date of July 29th. This is the one that's in 2 days. Got this one mixed up with the other one. But you have a little bit of time to sign up. I'm going to be honest with you guys. If you want to try to get to Worlds, you might want to stay in SVO. Why am I saying that? SVO is for us Westerners. This is the one where the big boys show up. This is where the Japanese players that actually win Worlds. Okay, us Westerners, we're not winning Worlds. Let's be real. We're not winning Worlds. Who are we to think that we can win? But this is where the big boys are going to be showing up from around the world. So this is going to be really cutthroat tournament. But this is the one. If you really want to test your mettle, You sign up for this one. And we see, I think they have... This is the one that's also, like, built in to the game. Where is the prizes? There we go. Some big boy money. That's like 5 million yen. You drop 2 zeros. That's like... There's no way that's that much, right? Damn, that's good. Yeah, this is the one. This is the one I'm showing up for. Damn, what the fuck is this, dude? Shadowverse open. That's some rinky-tink garbage. This is the tournament. This is the tournament that you want to be entering. I hope you sign up. I'm signing up right away for this one. But I also, you know, I understand. I am weak. I am a weak man. I'm only a great player. I'm not the best player. So, yeah, let me know. What are you guys thinking about doing? Which ones are you signing up for? What are you the most excited about? And are you just like, did you sign up today for round 1 of the kickoffs? Did this sour your Shadowverse experience? Do you want to like do any more competitive tournaments? Let me know all of those. And hopefully we have good news going forward. Until next time, it's your boy Dean signing out.